Hello and welcome to the weekly outlook. We're going to go through the economic calendar and have a look at what news events we've got next week and see which currency pairs I'm going to be interested in trading. Okay, so the first one that we've got out of real interest next week is going to be the Aussie dollar. We have got some alerts on the pound manufacturing PMI. We've got ISM manufacturing PMI as well on the Monday, but I'm not really focusing on them at the moment. The pound, I did say last week that I would buy the pound at 15000. We have done that, and we'll come back and have a look at that in a minute. But let's first of all look at the Aussie dollar. Now, you know, for the weekly outlook last week that I'd drawn these lines in where I expected the Aussie to go leading up to the 3rd of February, which is when we've got the rate, the RBA rate statement, cash rate and trade balance coming out at 12:30. You can see that it's actually, this was my target for the 3rd of February. It's actually dipped just below that already this week, and you can see it's just started to act as a little bit of resistance at that level. Now, the word out on the markets is that the RBA are going to do a rate cut. Okay, how much of that is actually just speculation? How much of it is truth? Obviously, we won't know until the rate decision comes out. However, what I'm expecting the markets to do is either sell off on the rate cut there down to 7.5, which is the fair price that the RBA have now set for the currency against the US dollar, or if they keep rates on hold, I expect it to rally back up to the 8,000 level, this area here. Now, and then it will sell off again. So we've got two ways of trading this. Obviously, we can either wait to see if the rate cut happens. Now, the speculation at the moment, I think it's about 60% of analysts expect there to be a rate cut. There's a 60% probability of there actually being a rate cut. Okay, so if that's the case, if that's how we want to trade it, then I'd look to take sells off of this 7-8 area if it gets back up to there. However, if we believe that rates are going to be kept on hold, then we could take a buy. I think probably the safest way to play it is either to go on the assumption that there's going to be a rate cut and sell it off the 7-8 area. Reason being is if you can do that before the rate cut, then if the market sentiment is that there is going to be a rate cut, then it will start to come down anyway, and it will come down probably enough before the announcement that we'll be able to lock in that entry level and make it a safe trade anyway. Okay, so that would be my initial move if we can get back up to this 7-8 level before the decision is made on the 3rd of February. However, if that's not the case and we are already sort of lagging down here before the 3rd of February and we've not had that chance to have a pullback, I'm not going to be taking trades on new lows or anything like that, because if it does come in that they keep rates the same, then obviously we're going to start to rally quite quickly. So either take the sell before the announcement at 7-8, okay, or hold off until we actually get that information, and then if it's low down here, then we can take, and they keep rates the same, then we can take an immediate buy and catch that rally back up. However, if it's down here and they do make the rate cut and we haven't got into the trade, then unfortunately we're just going to have to wait for it to make its downward move, make the pullback, and then get back in on the pullback there. Don't forget, we've got a target of about 7.5. So if it falls below that, then also we could trade it back up to there as well. But that's the first trade that I'm looking for, and that's going to be on Tuesday morning at 12:30. We have got that data coming out on the pound, got construction PMI as well, and we'll just have a quick look at the pound. Already taken a buy. I did explain last week that I was looking for that trading range on the pound here, and you can see that I've also drawn lines on there as well. It did come up. I was looking for this rally from here up to the 15100 level. Did actually go 100 pips through there, and it rallied up to the next area of resistance, but has fallen back into this area where I expected it to consolidate. Had a buy off the 15000 level last week, and again on Friday I took a buy as it hit that level again. I'll keep buying off of that level at the moment and chasing it up until eventually we get that big rally, or until the CPI data starts to improve. Then each time it reaches back up to that area of resistance, I can sell it off again with the stronger US dollar data that comes out. But it's important that we absorb that information, the construction PMI and the manufacturing PMI that's out next week, just to add it to our arsenal of data for the pound. But what we're really looking for, and what the Bank of England are looking for, is for CPI to creep back up. It's not going to take a lot before they start raising interest rates because they want to keep it controlled. They want to be able to raise rates slowly. They're not going to be able to do that if they leave it too late and CPI suddenly jumps to 1.92%. So I think I would suggest that as soon as it starts to get above 1%, then that's when they're going to start making their very first rate increase. Okay, so keeping an eye on CPI in the future. Okay, so moving on. So we had the Aussie dollar there. Moving through to Wednesday, obviously we've got the non-farm payrolls this week as well. So the data leading up to that, the ADP non-farm employment change, is also going to be important. Not really looking to trade it at that point. And then Aussie dollar on Thursday morning at 12:30, we've got retail sales as well. Hopefully we'll be in that trade and we'll be able to trade that down. It is actually expected to come in slightly better, the retail sales figure. So if we haven't managed to get into that trade from Tuesday, then that could possibly be the point where it pulls back off the good retail sales figure and then we can sell it off again. Okay, moving through to Thursday, we've got the pound again, we've got the MPC rate statement, and we've got the official bank rate. Now, on this meeting, I'm not expecting it to change. It's really the rate statement that we want to listen to see if there's any hawkish comments in there, and to see if they are looking to make that